coach, it can be extremely overwhelming to determine what you should price your services or your products at. And a lot of times people get anxious or overwhelmed with the process. In today's video, I am going to share 3 telltale signs that you are undercharging for your services and what you should do about it. The first telltale sign that you're undercharging is you feel like you're undercharging. As simple as that sounds, we typically know when something is out of alignment or when something isn't right. And the best way to tell is that your body is telling you that you feel bad about it. So for me, the way that this played out was I would feel resentful of a price that I offered someone. Or maybe for you, you realize you're not showing up in the same energetic space or super high vibe like you used to. These are signs that you're undercharging, and in turn, you end up feeling resentful or bitter towards the price, and you can't be effective as a coach. When you're pricing your services or your packages as a coach, I always say price between resentment and ridiculousness, meaning don't price it so low that you're going to be resentful, and don't price it so high that it sounds ridiculous and even you don't believe in that price. But finding that common middle ground will help you to feel aligned with the price and help you to be able to show up in the right energetic space to really be able to serve and support your clients. The second telltale sign that you're undercharging for your services is you're working a lot, but your income doesn't reflect that. So you find yourself putting 12, 15, a million hours into your business every single day, or maybe you're still a 9-to-5er, and as soon as you get off work until the moment you go to sleep, you're putting in all this work, but it seems like you don't have any income that reflects that. That is a huge sign that you're undercharging. A big mistake that many new coaches make is they believe that they can trade time for money. But the reality is you're the jack of all trades in your business, especially in the beginning. You're wearing all of the hats and doing all of the things. And if you trade time for money, understand that you're only being exchanged that money in the moments you show up. So when you're behind the scenes doing work, or if you take a day off because you're not feeling well, you're not being paid. And it's important to factor all of these things into your prices. It's far greater than just exchanging time for money based on what you've earned in your corporate or typical 9-to-5. The third telltale sign is probably the most obvious, but also the most overlooked. And that is your clients are telling you that you're undercharging. Now, your clients won't directly say, hey, you should have charged me more. Hey, let me pay you more. Sometimes they may, but that's not as common. But if you listen to the things that they're saying, you can get a hint to the fact that you may be undercharging. So they may say things like, oh my goodness, I had no idea I would get so much value from this. Or, oh my goodness, this was worth every single penny, meaning they would have paid for it even more. Or I've had a client before tell me, I would have paid for this 10 times over. Those are telltale signs that you're undercharging and your clients would be willing to actually pay more. Also, in this regard, if you think of the return on investment, then you'll really begin to see where you're undercharging. So, for example, if you're working with the client one-on-one to manifest a certain amount of money, $500, and they manifest $500 and you charge them $30 for a session, is that worth it? The return on investment can also speak volumes about what it is that clients are getting, and that's also their way of saying, this is worth so much more. The best way to avoid this is start looking in your market and see what other people are charging for similar services or similar products. Also, talk to your ideal client, your dream client, and get that feedback. If you have 1 or 2 people work with you, get their feedback and then begin to adjust accordingly. Doing that market research, getting that feedback is going to assure that you're never undercharging for your services. The biggest mistake that I see coaches make is they believe that if they undercharge for their services, they'll be the hottest coach on the block. They'll be the one that most people are paying attention to. But the truth is, if you were to get on Amazon and you were ready to buy some diamond earrings and one pair of diamond earrings were $30 and the rest of them were upwards of $1,000 or $2,000, you would be questioning if those $30 earrings were real or if they were extremely valuable. You wouldn't necessarily lean into buying those. You would wonder the value behind it. And that's the same thing that your ideal clients are wondering as well. When you undercharge, they're wondering if you're going to be able to provide the value of that matches the investment that they made. In the beginning of my business, I undercharged because I had a lot of mindset work that I had to do about believing that I was worthy and deserving of it. And as I continued to extend my mindset and expand my beliefs and work through those limiting beliefs, I was able to secure my mindset to know I was worthy of it. And little did I know that once I made that shift, things would begin to totally change for me. So I thought that when I was getting people that were nickel and diming me and people that didn't want to make the investment, that if I increased my prices, people also wouldn't be ready to make the investment. But the exact opposite happened. Things totally began to shift in my business, and I got more people willing to invest, and more importantly, my entire energy changed. And so that was the energy I carried. And so the results from my clients also improved as well. This is why we cannot run from the concept or idea that we should be advancing or adjusting or increasing our prices. Any good business is going to have a natural increase, but you can also have an increase just because. You don't have to lay out an expectation or even a reason, but if you feel called to increase your prices, then that's a sign that it's time to make it happen. If while listening to this video, you had something stir and you realize that you're probably dealing with some limiting beliefs or some mindset blocks that are preventing you from being able to increase your prices, don't worry, I have just the thing for you. If you use the link below, I have an amazing offer for you to get hypnosis for abundant coaches, where I literally help you to reprogram your mind at a subconscious level to be able to be the abundant coach that you are called to be. So use that link below, and I look forward to seeing you there.